Hey guys, it's Bane here, backing up with another IE review. I don't know if you guys actually heard that clap on stream. I think you probably did, right? I think you guys heard that clap. I don't know. I was using the video broadcast for the past few reviews, and you guys could not hear the clap. I know for a fact because I was editing the videos, and I usually look for the clap when I'm editing the videos, and I didn't hear the clap, or I didn't see the clap, like the spike in audio, and I was like, where did this review start? Anyways, tangent aside, here we are with another IE review. Today we have ReneeTheBae. You may actually remember her review not too long ago. She actually saved up channel points and did a channel point redemption on stream, so that kicked her in front of the review list, and here we are doing Renee's account review again as a follow-up, I guess, account review. So we're doing that today live on stream, and she actually gave you some things to talk about and focus on for her account. She asked me specifically, I was hoping you can give me things to work on while being active on Deathbringer all the time. Like at the moment, I'm doing lab and divinity for god ranks for min talent levels, along with some day market farming for more beans per trade. Might make an informative vid for the people in the 100% DB grind at least. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So real quick, with what you said, I do want to clarify one thing. God ranks do not scale the minimum talent level of your divinity. So I think I touched upon this in the video I recently did. And Renee, you probably just mistyped, since I fully think you actually know what this is. But there's three things in Divinity that I think should be clarified for anyone who is looking to scale these bonuses. Number one is the blessing level. The blessing is global across all your account. That gets scaled by god ranks based off a Jade Emporium upgrade that you get. It's like god level or something. I don't know. Let me go to World 6 and check in sneaking. But there's this bonus in Jade Emporium. You need like a ton of Jade coins to actually unlock. Is this truly godly blessing? This gives you higher blessing bonus on god rank, and this scales based off of your god rank. So the more god rank you have, again, god rank you unlock after unlocking all the divinity. You spend a bunch of points and you get some more divinity point gain or divinity EXP gain for every god rank you have. The bonus itself is not really that great. I mean, you get like sailing speeds, a little bit of damage, a little bit of skilling efficiency, so some more sailing speed, bunch more sailing speed, some divinity gain. So overall, in terms of, you know, what it actually gives you, it's not really that impressive. It's okay. I mean, if you're struggling on sailing, it's a way to scale up sailing. The efficiency is kind of okay because it's scaled efficiency. I don't know how much it actually provides you, but you know, it's not the worst thing. But that's not what scales your actual. I suppose I should go back to Divinity real quick before leaving it and talking about it. But it does not scale the minor link bonus that you see here. So God rank does nothing for scaling this. The only thing that scales minor link bonus is your actual divinity level and the level of the bubble big P. So if you're looking to scale the minimum talent levels, that is the Arctis minor link bonus. And what you need to do is level up your divinity, and you need to level up the big P bubble. Those two combined will give you minimum talent levels, in addition to accuracy defense from the snake god, more total damage from the Nobisect god, class EXP, nothing here yet, skill EXP, AFK gains for all characters, the boat sailing speed and gaming plant growth speed, coin generation. This is multiplicative, I do believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's multiplicative bonus. That's what scales your minor link bonus. So if you look at the most recent video I did when I talked about minimum talent levels, I was specifically talking about the minor link bonus of Arctis. So divinity links, or sorry, god ranks do not increase this. It is divinity levels and the level of your big P bubble. Those are the only things that impact it. So if you're looking to get this minor bonus, the 15.35 talent level you see here, you need to go back into lab with Goat Link, or go back to the Divinity altar and gain EXP, or just simply put your characters on Tranquil and just forget about it for all eternity, as most of us do. But yeah, I mean, obviously the most efficient way, the easiest way to level up divinity is linking to like the mindful prayer, going into lab with Goat God, so you can level up lab divinity at the same time and get a bunch of divinity levels that way. Anyways, there's that. Okay. Isn't big P like you need permeab on it? What? You don't need to put big P on your characters if you have Sheepy. If you have Sheepy, you have all the bubbles equipped. So yeah, big P is a big bubble. So if you do not have Sheepy, you need to have it linked. But if you do not have Sheepy, that's kind of sad on your part, just saying. All right. Let's go back into the thing. So Renee specifically wanted me to talk about what you can be doing while you are grinding the bones on Deathbringer, or if this video comes out in the future, the other master classes may have grimoire style mechanics. So what you can be doing while you have an active character, you know, what AFK things you could be focusing on. Number one, if you're kind of early game still working on Onyx statues, there are some things that don't require chocolate chip that you could try to get into Onyx territory, such as the Ocean Man statue. This one does require that you have like AFK gains and stuff, but going on like some of the catching nodes will drop Ocean Man. You could do that. Similar along the same vein, if you are kind of end game, there's kind of no reason to not be farming dragon statues. They are an extremely powerful statue bonus. I'm probably going to go back and put my characters on leveling up, or sorry, AFK grinding the dragon warrior statue to get higher level of this, because the statue bonus here is incredibly insane for scaling efficiency, damage, survivability of your characters, production speed on your anvil, breeding exp, cooking exp, stealth even is insanely boosted by the statue. So it's an incredible thing. If you want to AFK it, this is a great statue to try to AFK and try to get up. Even if it's at level 156, you can probably get another few levels on this. Okay, number two, while your characters are AFK, you may want to consider, depending how active you are on Deathbringer, doing things like hourly clicking, because there are some bubbles that are that are pretty easy to get the material cost for, especially now, the Bravery Monument and the Justice Monument giving you mining and catching efficiency. There's a lot of bubbles you can do hourly clicks on. Specifically, kind of underrated, but something I hourly click actually is the Fast Boy talent for getting talent points on your archer classes, but also your beginner class. Your V-Man scales off of this talent, so you get more talent points for this. The only thing it doesn't affect is the Voidwalker page. So if you want more talent points, obviously it's really good. But you can also upgrade things like Shacklery, so you can kill more hounds in the in that little cavern in the hole. There's also the FMJ, so you can upgrade that and give you some more defense, which is pretty good. Doesn't really help you with your Deathbringer, but general overall account progression does really good. Mikasa Ackerman, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Attack on Titan, goated anime. But yeah, I mean, that's always something you can do to help progress your account, is trying to stay on the hourly clicks. You can also, in the same vein, talk about like trapping. I won't include that as one of the several different things you can do, but doing 20-minute claims on trapping to get you more critters, to do shiny critter farming, that kind of stuff would help you in your account. You know, to get your like frog vial up or whatever. Anvil, this may be something you want to try to do if you already have these at green stack. There's no reason to really be farming these. You could instead set your anvil to produce thread and nails, because again, as I'm talking about with the Dragon Warrior statue, this scales production speed incredibly high, and on your even on your Deathbringer, you can considerably get a lot of production speed, depending obviously on your hammer bubble as well. But right now I'm at 1 billion speed per hour. I'm producing a lot of thread, and while I can't necessarily like hourly click the luck bubble or hourly click the Hocus Chopus bubble, but it's getting to that point with some of the archer classes specifically. So if that master class comes out and you have to grind it like a grimoire style mechanic, this may be something you want to do. I'll jump over here real quick so you guys can see it. The thread and nails produce incredibly fast now because of the Dragon Warrior statue. It's really fast. You can actually produce a lot of stuff here. Okay, let's see, what else to talk about. Owl, this maybe not something you want to do, but yeah, definitely considering Owl. You may want to break up the monotony of doing active Deathbringer bone farming and actually you know, trying to farm out mega feathers. This you only have a level 13 mega feather, so you can realistically get up to 14, 15 pretty hold on, I'm trying to, I mean, that's not bad. It takes some time, but it's not bad. You can get this up, Renee. You can get up another mega feather. But yeah, continually grinding Owl, continually grinding Fisheroo is always something you can try to do in the meantime. This again is a passive idle mechanic. It doesn't require you necessarily to be too active on it unless you just recently did a mega reset. But yeah, this is definitely something you can go back and consider, Renee. This is actually still a pretty good mechanic because mostly the drop rate is what scales is the important thing here, in addition to the base all stats, I guess. I mean, this gets drowned out by other mechanics, but still the all stat is nice. But yeah, you mentioned your big P bubble is kind of low. Yeah, only 1,000. I would definitely get this up to like 4,000 or 5,000. Even 6,000 is what I got it up to. This is incredibly important for minimum talent levels. It's a great source of it, so I'd highly recommend trying to do that. Additionally, if you need more cooking speed, and realistically I say you do need more cooking speed, Diamond Chef is something you can always do. Getting more levels of this is actually really good. I know it technically says you're at 98%, but every level you get of this still scales your cooking speed an insane amount. This is behind Blood Marrow and the fastest cooking speed bonus in your account, but this is definitely something you can try to get up. Obviously not passively, just when you get your atoms, consider putting some points into this so you can level up cooking a little bit more, get more meal levels. Okay, vials, this is obviously something you want to try to do while you are doing the Deathbringer grind. Maybe something you should consider is trying to do claims on your red salt and orange salt refinery to rank them up. Trying to get them into the 1,000, 2,000 levels so you can realistically get these bubbles up to level 13 is something you should try to keep in the back of your mind when you're actively doing Deathbringer farming. Hey, Jason. Hey, babe. Sigils, yep. These aren't bad. This is actually a pretty good sigil if you want to go back to try to do it. I think the sigils that you're focusing on right now are actually pretty good. Peculiar Vial, Div Spiral, I think are some of the better ones to do. But definitely once you are done with Peculiar Vial, stick 4 people in Garlic Clove. The reduction of kitchen costs is actually a pretty good upgrade. So I'd highly recommend trying to go back and trying to upgrade that into the piss color and then an iodized. I mean, pretty good. I think you can get another mega fish there. I see you're a neglector here. I recently did a reprint. Okay. The piss sigils. Everyone loves the piss sigil. Yeah, these refinery levels are extremely low, Renee. So I'd highly recommend trying to upgrade these way more. It seems like your blue salts are way ahead of your orange salts. So I'd turn off the blue salts actually for a few days while you level up your explosive salts. You got your dude late. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, definitely work on trying to rebalance this. Turn off your blue salts. You see here the hour is, sorry, hold on. This right here, the production rate per hour is way lower than the actual consumption rate of these orange salts, which, by the way, I learned, well, I knew of this, but I keep forgetting to mention it. So please ignore this is on 10%. So fun fact, the power per cycle here is how much it produces per cycle, roughly. And this is how much it's consuming per hour. So you see here the power per cycle is at 9,161. This is at 3,610. I am way exceeding the amount of salts I'm producing. Is this imbalanced? There we go. Okay, 714. Yeah, so I'm producing 6,000 more red salts than I'm consuming. So that means I am at a surplus of red salts, so I can continually upgrade my salts here. The reason this is at 10% for me is because I almost never check this and I forget about it so much, but I can definitely level these up. So don't troll me on this, please. Please don't rat. But yeah, there's that little trick. If you're struggling for balancing your salts, you can use that little trick of the power consumption cycle. And look at that in your refinery, or you can use Toolbox to kind of visualize that as well. But definitely work on rebalancing, Renee. Yeah, I mean, do you need null assaults? Do you actually need null assaults? If you don't, consider turning it off. Because, I mean, purple salts is actually pretty important for the vial. Oh my god, even you're running out of deficit here. Maybe consider turning this off actually and letting your green salt. You got your refinery is just imbalanced. I'd work on fixing that, especially now that you have to. Okay, helium 10, good. Atoms are kind of a joke now that we have hundreds of billions of prints. I mean, it's still useful, but not the most important thing. Okay. Definitely work on shrines, getting these up to 200, every single one except Primordial Shrine. Obviously it's a pain in the ass, but definitely that's your first goal, is trying to get these up to 200. Forget about towers for now. Work on getting the shrines up to 200. The reason I say that is because your build speed is going to go way up once you get those up to 200 because of the construction mastery and Rift. You're just leveling them all for tome points. Well, you're kind of slowing yourself down if you think about it, because you're out of salts on the other ones. So if you imbalance your refinery, you're actually hampering your progress. So you want to over level your salts a little bit. And then once they hit the million cap, then you can consider turning on the lower salts, because that's when the speed on those ones starts speeding up. Because once you hit the million cap on the salts, the only thing that increases is the actual speed and consumption per cycle of the resources. So you'll be able to infinitely increase the speed of the red salts, which then would translate into infinitely increasing the speed of your orange salts. And going down the list kind of repeats into that cycle. So work on over leveling your salts a little bit to get yourself at a healthy enough distance between the next salt, and then level it up so you can outpace the rest of the salts. You don't over consume. It also sets you up nicely because the eventual 10-year goal of Refinery is to max out the purple salt vial at 13, so you get more giant spawn rate. 19 Equinox. Okay. So when you're at this point in Equinox, I would maybe consider getting faux jewels up, depending on if you are a manic enjoyer of tower defense, slow roast whiz. Do not upgrade laboratory fuse or food lust like I did. Metal detector is also a good candidate. Definitely very fun to try to get a bigger nugget size. Also, if you're trying to get tome points, metal detector is actually really, really good. Getting more points into that. Accounts rigged. Hour, you should see my Equinox. It's awful. All Eclipse Skulls. Baba Yaga's looking a little low. Maybe try to get that into 5,000-10,000. Food Lust. I mean, it really depends. If you have the Sacred Methods pack in the additional levels to meal levels per day, Food Lust is kind of terrible, because I mean, you'll kind of outpace the ladles required to upgrade those meals, or rather the cooking speed needed to upgrade those meals for it to be worth it. If you do not have no meal left behind from Sacred Methods, one level into Food Lust is probably all you'll need, because you only get like one random event boss every single day, and that's realistically all you need to get the bonus from Food Lust. It's not in a vacuum, it's not a bad bonus, don't get me wrong, but you would rather spend your Equinox points on something else to impact your account. I generally speaking, I do not recommend upgrading Food Lust past level 1. Anything past that's just a waste of Equinox points, because you'd rather spend those Equinox points on something like Equinox symbols, on slow roast whiz, on faux jewels, on liquid vestment if it's not there yet, on matching skims. I don't know if I said that one yet. Metal detector. There's other more important bonuses, and Food Lust is just a waste of Equinox timer, if that makes sense, because every upgrade you do in Equinox means that you're spending more and more time trying to get the other upgrades. And if you're wasting time upgrading Food Lust, that means less levels of Equinox symbols, less levels of faux jewels, less level metal detector, Soros Wiz, matching skims, liquid investment, all those ones. Skims can be skipped, yeah, because I mean, at what point are you going to need 330% damage multiplier? There's many other sources of total damage multiplier. It also doesn't even impact a Deathbringer. So I mean, what's the point? Getting like 10 levels of it, I think, is fine. All right, let's look at your worship. Unfortunate citric conflict. Snow Obsidian, thank you for the follow. Welcome into chat. How's it going? Construction. I swear I follow this guy. All right, what level are your meals? 105. Got some ribbons. All right, how are your ribbon placement? Okay. Good. I like to see a ribbon on cabbage. I better not see a higher level ribbon on like a soda or something. Cannoli, okay. Why would you ribbon skilling prowess? So for those who don't know, skilling prowess has a cap of 200%. Is a hard cap. There is nothing that impacts skilling prowess as of right now. And honestly, you were probably capped from the alchemy bubble anyways. Yeah, you already have 2.28. So, I mean, ribboning it was a complete waste. And honestly, that was a pretty high-ish level ribbon, so that's kind of unfortunate you ribboned it. Scaling prowess does literally nothing if you are at the 2.0 multiplier already. Good. A ribbon on the liquid cap. I mean, in your defense, there's really nothing else you could have. What the fuck, Renee? Jesus. These ribbon, did you buy out like the entire ribbon gem shop? This is crazy. I mean, you got a ribbon on a lot of the good ones. Yeah. So does T20 even work? It should. T21 does not work, which good luck getting it. So for those who are kind of trying to figure out what I'm looking for, there are a few meals that do that you should be putting ribbons on. If you're trying to max out cooking speed, burned marshmallow is a really good one, as is cabbage. It comes I think cabbage is probably the more important meal cooking speed bonus, because it's every 10 kitchen levels. By the time you get into like a level 100, 110 meals, I guarantee your kitchens are really juiced and cracked, and they have a ton of kitchen levels. So you're going to get a ton of meal cooking speed as a result of cabbage. So getting a high level ribbon on cabbage, this is probably one of the more important ones to get a ribbon on. Burnt marshmallow is also good because it independently scales of its own level. It scales based off of farming levels. So the higher level of farming you are, the more meal cooking speed this will provide you. So yeah, this cabbage is probably number one. You want to put a higher level meal ribbon on so you can scale the cooking speed bonus here. Next kind of meals you want to ribbon would be like the gold food effect. The gold food effect is insanely powerful. Obviously, the more gold food effect you have, the more drop rate, damage, coin generation, AFK gain rate, classy. Well, classy is kind of useless in comparison to the other ones. But yeah, it provides you a ton of overall account progression, overall account bonuses, and so this is a really good one to try to scale up. Fishing efficiency, mining efficiency obviously not mentioned, but those are really good as well. Skilling efficiency ones are also really good. In terms of less impactful but still impactful meals to ribbon, summoning exp. Summoning provides bonuses to star signs every 20 levels of summoning that you get. It's a 1.1x multiplier to star signs, so that's going to increase things like more meal cooking speed, for example, shiny pet level up rate, AFK gains, carry capacity, all that kind of stuff. Summoning essence gain, in the same vein, helps you push get higher upgrades of summoning, so you can push endless summoning and stuff. Isn't 90 max dish level? No, 110 is the new max meal level. 110, right? It's 20 from. Yeah, Deathbringer has, there's an upgrade in the Grimoire. There's an upgrade in the Grimoire for 20 more max meal L's. Skill efficiency is also a good one to put ribbon on. The more skill efficiency you have, obviously the better prints you'll get, and the more atoms you'll generate. So obviously really, really good to do. I wouldn't really ribbon total damage, for example. I would consider ribboning things like Divinity EXP. As we mentioned earlier in the video, the more Divinity levels you have, the more but the more minor link bonus you get on your character. So leveling up Divinity EXP makes that grind a little bit faster. So Wrath Grapes are really good. What song is playing right now? Crop Evo chance is okay. I wouldn't put like too high of a level of ribbons on here. It's okay. That's all I'll say. It's okay. Lower kitchen upgrade speed alongside the level. Since we were earlier talking about the sigil, the meals as well, putting your high level ribbon on this makes it easier to upgrade those, so you spend less spices. It's really good. Gets you a ton of meal cooking speed from just leveling up the kitchen, but also because of cabbage, makes cabbage go really hard. Breeding EXP is also really good to help you get to level 80 breeding. There is a meal for that, right? Maybe I'm cooked. Breeding odds, breeding odds. There is a meal. There it is. Breeding EXP. This is a pretty good one actually to get you level 80 breeding faster. Yeah. Talking about breeding. Okay, going for bonuses from all meals. This is actually pretty good. I'd maybe consider trying to get this up to 15. Seems like that's what you're doing. Do you have all 10? You don't have 10 of everything. Refinery speed, you get the bonus from all meals. Drop rate, maybe something you want to consider as well. Base efficiency, you got there. Farming, summoning, those ones would be pretty good. To prep you for new artifacts that are going to come out eventually. I have a nagging feeling that since he upgraded meal levels, he's also probably going to add another tier of artifacts. So maybe get ahead of the game, get a little bit more artifact find chance to, you know, just unlock those when the time comes. Summoning EXP, this is actually, again, really good. You can definitely level this up, Renee. As we mentioned, the more levels of summoning you get, the more the more impactful star signs becomes. Every 20 levels is really important. For tome point, sail captain EXP, probably really good. Minimum time for sailing is okay. Depends if he increases the amount of islands that come out, but it's not too important right now. And good, you're at 200 of arena. You never know. You never know. Rift, all done. What's your overall skill level? Pretty high. Yeah, decently high. Your summoning is pretty low. You're almost at 100. I would highly recommend trying to focus on summoning EXP, Renee. Whenever you go claim or go into the field for summoning, make sure you have a star sign doubler and the star sign for summoning EXP. Sorry, summoning EXP, not star sign. Did I say star sign EXP? Oh well. You have all sovereign? Good. Yeah, Divinity. You have all the blessings done. Does food and wings impact that? No. No, it does not. The only sources of skill EXP that impacts summoning would be ones that specifically say summoning, or the guild bonus for summoning for skill EXP that impacts summoning. Okay. So, as a follow-up to an IT review I did recently, I think it was for Giggle's account, the logbook, the actual evolution cycle for plants, getting T8 plants was incredibly hard, and there was a method to do it before that is a lot easier now because we have 50 more crops and we have a multiplier for the crop scientist pencils in the crop depot. So getting to 72 crops is a lot easier now than when I did that review initially. So if you are looking to try to get all 72 crops, I would highly recommend trying to do some farming, actually getting more crops unlocked. Getting to like 200 crops, I think, is a good stopping point for a little bit until we get more crop evo chance to realistically be able to upgrade the logbook here. And also having done a little bit of Deathbringer farming to getting more multiplier of the crop depot. So while I suppose, in addition to what you're currently doing in active bone farming, what you may want to consider is trying to min-max this in the gaming book a little bit. You can follow that little gaming guide I think I did for Giggle's video, but essentially what you want to do is going into gaming, you want to claim down to 3 chemicals, manually click on every single crop that's not the crop you're wanting to evolve. So for example, if I was going for the first plant, I would wait for this to grow, wait for all the first plants to come out, get rid of the cactus, the bush. There you go. Got some more of the first plant, get rid of that. Got some more first plant. And so now I'm at this point where I have mostly all the first plants, and then I'm going to use a chemical, let them all grow, and then I'm going to, again, I have another chemical here, so I can just click this. I don't have another chemical. I want to keep this chemical for when I do find another chemical, and then I'm just going to click 2 more crops, so I have 2 more chances at chemicals. Oh, I didn't get one. I'll click again. Oh, I didn't get one. I'll click again. Didn't get one. I'll click again. I'm just basically waiting for a chemical here, because I want the chemical to help grow and progress the chemical. That way I can kind of cycle back and forcing these plants to grow. Unfortunately, no chemical yet. No chemical. No chemical. But yeah, this is something you can do while active DB farming. There is a point to actually getting your logbook fleshed out. It gives you more bit multiplier, which eventually it does help in trying to get you more sprouts in your garden. This 9.99 trillion actually, you can actually achieve this in purple bits now that we have bravery. So if you are active in gaming and want to flesh out more bit multiplier, getting all 72 crops found in the logbook is one way to do that. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something to do, that's definitely something you could be doing, Renee. Real quick, I need to regrave. Hello. Do that off screen. Okay, where are we at? So we're heading into World 5. So let's talk about sneaking real quick, while I get Purgatory Stalkers up. Sneaking. Gemstone levels are actually pretty good. I actually don't know what level, like raw levels, your gemstones are, but are you at Mastery 3 at the very least, Renee? To push to Sneaking Mastery 3. So you're not there yet, but you are grinding there. Yep. Definitely farming gemstones, something you want to do. The purple gems, moistenites, are really good for... what moistenites do, they give you % gemstone bonus, so this scales the other gemstones here. So it would scale the sneaking one, it would scale the door damage one, and the charm effect. So top 3 gemstones you want to farm are the purple one, obviously increases everything else. The gold one, I'd maybe consider moissanite tier 1 as like number 1 you want to farm, number 2 aquamarine, number 3 starite. You want to farm those ones, maybe not in that order, but getting those to 10k. I mean, you can realistically stop at 5k. 10k is just a nice number, and it's the 90% cap on the gemstones, so it's a good stopping point. 5k is just as fine. You're probably going to lose out on like 1,000%, 4,000% or something sneaking percent, which sounds like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things is not really. You can realistically get to Mastery 3 with just 5k. I think that's more than fine, especially with the lamp wishes for sneaking percent, with the Dragon Warrior statue, with the stealth statue, that kind of stuff would probably give you more than enough, especially the land rank increase because of the Deathbringer class increasing the amount of sneaking percent you get per farming level. That gives you a ton of sneaking as well. So you probably have more than enough sneaking to actually progress to Mastery 3, getting it to 5k. What's the actual inventory looking like? Okay, you have I want to say this is actually pretty low level. I mean, if you're looking for stealth, I would honestly try getting higher level of these beads. These give you a ton of stealth percent. How do you get past the lack of damage for floor 2, Mastery 1? Mastery 1? Truthfully, it's just bashing your head against literally bashing your head against the door until it opens up. But definitely farm the blue gemstone a little bit. If you're in Mastery 2 if you're in Mastery 1 floor 2, Aquamarine's going to be your best friend for a little bit. Farm blue gemstones, get gold item, then upgrade max level for Nunchuck and Prayer. Yeah, exactly. The door hinge buster bubble, yes, focusing on farming actually helps a ton with sneaking because of land ranks, which we're just going to talk about in just a second. So rank database. So the Deathbringer increased the max level for this right here. This 31.51% stealth per farming level is insanely powerful. This gives you a ton, and I mean a ton, of sneaking percent. So the more farming levels you have, the more sneaking percent you'll get, which means you'll be able to progress faster. This is recently introduced with the Deathbringer, so this is really, really goated. Highly, highly recommend trying to focus on farming a lot if you're trying to progress in sneaking, actually. All right, speaking about farming, Renee, this is definitely something you could kind of passively do while you're Deathbringer farming, I would highly recommend setting a chip doubler on your Deathbringer, and then on your star signs, star sign doubler, and having one of the star signs linked to OG chance. This 15% actually gives you a decent amount of OG chance, so the crops that you're currently growing can overgrowth a ton. I would try to get to the highest glassy crop that you possibly can, that we can get the most amount of magic beans possible, to be able to go back, collect, do a bean reset, and try to progress crops that way. Or you can stick with what you're doing and try to progress the magic bean as well. I mean, I think this is a good stopping point. This is kind of where I'm at. I think your day market's actually, I mean, it's on par, a little bit better than me actually, but I wouldn't recommend upgrading product doubler anymore. This does scale with crop value chance, and honestly does nothing if you're 10,000% value multiplier. If you're at 10,000 value multiplier, product doubler does nothing, is essentially what I'm saying. This scales up to 10,000x value multi, and so if you're at 2,500, this would cap you out at 10k. So in short, product doubler is really useless once you get into really high value multi. Along the same vein, I would reconsider your current levels of your land ranks. I would, me personally, with the value GMO that I have, the level that I have right now, you're at even higher level of value GMO multi. I would maybe consider redistributing your land ranks from like production mega boost into some of the other ones, like the evolution mega boost, or sorry, evolution boost, evolution ultra boost, this kind of stuff to help get you some more next crop chance. I mean, I would actually consider leveling up nutritious soil a little bit. I would maybe consider upgrading farming EXP from all sources. As I mentioned before, farming EXP is incredibly important in multiple ways. Notwithstanding, I mean, the most important of which is going to be sneaking. If you're trying to progress, the more farming levels you have, the more sneaking percent you get. So the more farming EXP you have, the better it is to progress. Thanks for the Prime, Agitar. Appreciate it so much. Additionally, growth speed just makes it a little bit faster to produce crops, so you can get up to 10 to 100k stacks a lot faster. Yeah, good luck. Good luck getting past sneaking or summoning. Gold food farming, Renee. What are you doing? Not even 100k gold in Nigiri? This is tome points right here. Slab? This is sad. You have some pretty easily slabbable things right now. Oh, the idle skilling trophy. Really easy slabbable things right now. I would consider grinding to 1500 slab, Renee, because you have some really easy, and I mean really easy slabbable items here. Oh, sorry. Some dungeon stuff. The thing is, yeah, 'tis unfortunate. So what are you doing right now? Getting to 120? Okay, it's acceptable. Yeah. Okay, so I guess to end, I mean, there's only a few things you could realistically be doing while you're doing Deathbringer bone farming. Sticking your characters in lab and progressing Divinity in lab at the same time is really good. The more overall skill levels you have, the more I believe the damage multiplier from Bravery increases. Overall skill level on your account increases the damage the sword does in Bravery, which means you can progress the waves a little bit farther. So really important. I mean, Renee wasn't trapping for critters, right? She was doing it for EXP, I assume. I mean, you have the vial done, correct? Yeah, the vial done. But I mean, you just need more sneaking EXP. I mean, if you didn't snapshot the EXP with V-Man, I would highly recommend doing that. The Maestro Transfusion talent gives you a base critters gives you more EXP. Well, I didn't know that. There you go. Fun fact, I guess, from our source. If this is wrong, everyone witch hunt hour, but retrap for more EXP with more base critters. There you go. But make sure to snapshot your EXP on V-Man. Doing the Maestro Transfusion talent, having the gold food for skill EXP, that would give you. He's not max level compared to others. Don't hunt me. Remember, you can also do Crystal Countdown on V-Man. Crystal Countdown would impact trapping, so killing crystals every single day would help you decrease the amount of max EXP V-Man actually needs for trapping to level up. So it would make him run ahead, but I actually don't think the efficiency really matters. It doesn't impact it, so there's no reason your V-Man needs to be a higher level than the other characters. It's strictly just for Species Epoch, getting you more percent critter and soul gain. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I was talking about just general stuff you can do while on the Deathbringer bone farming. Leveling up Divinity in lab at the same time, really, really good. Something you can do. Left-hand alerting of the enhancement need to be the highest. I actually don't know if that impacts it. Him being highest for that give you the EXP. Either way, Renee, it shouldn't matter. I mean, you can get to 120 trapping within like a week with how progressed your account is. There's no reason you should be less than 120 trapping in another week from now. With the transfusion talent, with the base critters, with the gold food, the golden ham, with that on the beanstalk, with gold food effect, every bonus that we have now as a result of Deathbringer, I think you could definitely get to 120 trapping. If you haven't retrapped already, go do that. And just max out as much skill efficiency, EXP as you possibly can. You can probably get to 120 trapping within the next week or so. And if you truly want to, you could do more often claims. Actually, no, I would just stick to 20-hour nature traps, honestly. Okay, apart from that, Divinity, lab levels, doing that, increase your overall account skill levels would help increase the Bravery sword damage. So you can do that grind while you're not there. You could also go onto the monuments, try to get them both to 24,000. That's something you can passively do. You know, considering having one of your Deathbringers in the kitchen to go grind ladles is something you could do, which you have here. So you can progress those meals. Shiny pets, kind of what I've done is I've distributed one pet into every single one of the buckets to just passively level them up to 12, 13 with how much shiny pet level up rate I have right now. Doing some guild grinding, help contribute GP to your guild so you can level up the bonuses of your guild. Hint, hint. Farming, instead of working on day market, consider just evolving to the highest crop possible to get you the most amount of magic beans. So you can go to reset those, turn those magic beans into Evo GMO, level up Evo GMO, do another day market, do some more night market farming, grinding up beans, leveling up Evo GMO, so on and so forth to get you more crops unlocked, because getting to 230 glassy crops is incredibly difficult and realistically not possible right now. So that's something you can do. Leveling up the farming EXP sources, getting more levels of farming to get you more sneaking EXP, grinding out sneaking to get to mastery 3. Those 5 minimum talent levels are incredibly good. I guess just hourly clicking is something you can do as well. Using more atoms onto the big P bubble to get you more minor link bonus, which gives you more minimum talent levels. And yeah, that's realistically it. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do in Idleon. It's mostly active on at this point. So good luck, Renee. I hope this video was somewhat insightful to you guys watching on YouTube, even if this wasn't your account. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.